Hi, I'm Jill, Curator of Anthropology and Exhibitions here at the Boonshoft Museum of Discovery in Dayton, Ohio. Today we're in a really special room at the museum. This is our collection showroom. This is an area where we keep collections objects that are too big to keep in the vaults. I want to share with you a very special object, this guy. This is a taxidermied polar bear. For all of you Dayton folks watching, this object was donated to us in 1981 and it actually came from Reich's department store. Polar bears are really cool. They're especially biologically adapted to live in the Arctic. Remember that word biological, right? So they have all of these traits that are part of their biology to help them live in this environment. They have big, huge paws with sharp claws. This allows them to walk over the ice and the snow without falling through. The sharp claws and the sharp teeth allow them to hunt to get all the nutrition they need. Underneath this fur, their skin is black to absorb sunlight. The fur might look white, but it's actually translucent. That allows the sunlight to come through the fur onto the skin while also insulating the body. They also have a special oil that keeps that skin from getting too wet when they're diving under the water hunting. So, do people have any of these traits like a polar bear? No, we do not. But we also live in the Arctic. How do we do that? We use culture, our big O brains. We invent things to live in that harsh environment. So join me into the collections vault and I'm going to show you some of those objects. Now we're in the vault and I want to share with you some American Indian objects originally from the Arctic. These are going to show how humans culturally adapt to live in the Arctic versus how the polar bear biologically adapts to live in the Arctic. So first, we have this guy. So think back to that polar bear with that big, thick fur coat. Do people have a fur coat? Not a natural one. So what do? We hunt animals like the polar bear and caribou, and then we use their skin and hide and fur to make clothing, like this really cool fur coat. This is obviously a miniature version, right? So coats, we also have shoes. These are pretty special shoes called Mukluks. They might look familiar to you in their shape because they inspired the modern day Ugg boot. So we have adult Mukluks and little baby Mukluks. Very cute. So the polar bear has those sharp teeth and the waterproof oil on the skin to dive into the water and get fish. Do you think a person could dive into the Arctic water to get fish? Probably wouldn't end well for us. So what do? We use boats. This is a model of a kayak. Kayaks like this are made by stretching an animal's skin over a wooden frame, and then they take fat that's full of oil and they rub it all over the outside of the kayak to make it waterproof. If you look at this guy here, zoom in, he's actually wearing a really special coat called a gut skin parka, and it's made out of exactly what it sounds like, guts. But it's very waterproof and great for hunting fish and whale and all the things that you have in the Arctic. Finally, I have this. Any guesses on what this might be? Believe it or not, this is a shoe. This is a snowshoe, specially worn by people in the Arctic so they can move over the snow and ice without falling through. Similar to how the polar bear has those big claws that can spread out all over the snow. I'm going to show you a little demonstration now of how that all works. So for this activity, you're going to need a few simple things. A tray with sand or flour or even rice will work. 2 similar sized action figures, some cardboard and some tape. So let's imagine, if you will, that this box of sand is actually the Arctic snow. And we have two characters here. This first character decides to go out for a stroll. He does not have on any snowshoes. He just has on his regular feet here. So he's coming out and he's walking. And as I push in the sand, he's sinking. This character, she has decided to make herself some snowshoes. So we've cut out the little cardboard here and taped them right on the bottom of her feet. As she's walking on the snow, she doesn't sink. Why do you think that happens? If you look here at the bottom of these two characters, the surface area is much greater on the bottom of the snowshoe than with your regular foot. So it disperses your weight and helps you from sinking into the snow. I hope you have a great, great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.